What's up everybody, it is Lawrence again, and I'm really excited to share this one with you because it's inspired by combining two different things that I love, Air Maxes and sneakers in general, and travel. And so I had a chance, and you still have a chance, to create a custom Air Max 90 on Nike by you. And when I saw the materials and the colors and everything that were available to me, I realized that I had a great inspiration. And so several years back, I actually went to hike the Rainbow Mountain in Peru, and it was one of those gorgeous and phenomenal hikes, relatively challenging because of the crazy altitude that's up there, but it really inspired me to create this sneaker because when I looked at the elements of what was available, it just reminded me of a lot of different type of rocks that I saw there. So without further ado, this is the Nike by you Air Max 90 Rainbow Mountain. So the predominant overlays for this sneaker are this, they call it tie-dye. So this white tie-dye that is over here basically on the mud guard as well as the mid area of the upper on both the lateral as well as medial sides. With that said, to me, it looked like rocks. And so it's really, really cool to put that on here, and it just has a little color variation, so when you touch it, some of it is like softer suede, some of it's like harder suede, and so I think it's really, really interesting, and I like that rocky type aesthetic that was part of it. And in the toe area, you have this orange, or kind of like burnt orange, very similar to Rainbow Mountain, cross-hatched nylon that's in the front over here. Then you have a little bit more of that nylon that's done in the back that's a little bit closer knit together than that kind of diamond crosshatch. You could actually pick both, and so I wanted the variability in terms of what it looked like because while similar, they're a little bit different, and to me that gives it a much more natural look to have something less uniform but relatively the same color. And then I decided to make the white Air Max just kind of give a little bit of a color differentiation, but not necessarily color pop. And I did the same thing with the Nike swoosh, which is actually a white reflective swoosh that you can probably see in the camera right here. And I just really like the fact that I could use all these different textures on the majority of the sneaker. Then moving to the top of the sneaker, you have a nylon orange tongue, that burnt orange that I was talking about earlier. You have a very, very nice olivey, almost like earthy green type of lacing. That's on flat lacing. And then finally you have two hits on the eyelet stays done in that orange. That's a little bit different than the other orange that you're seeing in the rest of the sneaker. And finally, one of my favorite parts of the sneaker, see at the top of that tongue? It says Rainbow Mountain. And the fact that I could customize it and actually put the name of the sneaker on it, I really, really loved. You know, it shows inspiration, but it also gives it a name. And I feel like I did my own collab based on my own inspiration, so that was kind of cool. Moving to the back of the sneaker, you have that white tie-dye that I was talking about earlier in the overlay. Then you have a bit of that orange burnt nylon, and then the coup de grace for the back, which gives it that color pop, is this olive earth green type of color with a Nike Air done in black. Moving over to the midsole, I wanted to continue kind of with the layer theme, and so I created a white layer all throughout, so you could have changed the colors for this middle area where the Nike Air is, and I decided not to do that. I wanted to keep it layered and almost like stratified, very similar to how a lot of rock formations look. And I put silver specks on it just to give it a little more of an earthy kind of like organic type of look. And then finally, even in the bubble area, I decided to just go with the white. Moving to the bottom of the sneaker, you have more of that burnt orange pattern. I put a little bit of color pop in the front on purpose just to give it a little bit of differentiation from the rest of the sneaker. So what are my thoughts on what I created? I did a good job. So the sneaker itself, I've actually gotten a lot of compliments from it from random people, and I'd say that really rare considering the fact that it's just an Air Max 90, but I feel like the color combination of what we did here was really, really unique, and I'm pretty proud of it myself. From a comfort perspective, it's okay. It feels like every other Air Max 90. The build quality was actually really good. I was actually surprised. Sometimes Nike by Yous can be a little, just because it's not on the same assembly line, sometimes it's not the greatest. There's typically glue stains everywhere, but that's not the case here. This has amazing build quality. From a sizing perspective, just go with your typical true to size. It's going to be good for most people. And if you have specifically a size that you wear for Air Maxes, whether it's an Air Max 90, Air Max 1, Air Max 95, Air Max 97, it's going to be pretty much the same size. And that's it, guys. What did you think of the sneaker that I created? Leave that in the comments below. Is it ugly? Did you like the concept? All that type of stuff. Maybe I'll create more in the future based on some of the other travels that I've done. It would actually be pretty cool. Maybe I should do a series. Anyway, so leave that in the comments below. And until next time, this is the Air Max 90 Rainbow Mountain. Peace.